even when you think there's nothing going on in the Smash community, there's always something going on. So if you've been in the Twitter Smash community recently, you've probably seen so much stuff happen like the past 2 weeks or maybe just a week. The whole sore for Smash and tagging a developer situation, and now we have a bunch of different character leaks, some that have been talked about forever and some that are just now popping up, and people are assuming that some people are just guessing these characters right, but some think that it's actually all true and they have a source. Another famous leaker has sources saying Crash and Ryu, and what is happening? I'm here to break it all down for you. So the 4 major characters being talked about here are Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden, Gino from Super Mario RPG, Crash Bandicoot, and Reimu from Toho. It's kind of very difficult to explain where all of these things have come from, but the Reimu one is the easiest one for me to explain. Basically, a huge music leak happened for Reimu, and this leaker is a very credible leaker, and all of the music that has been leaked is, closely related to remixes. So there'll be remixes of songs, and this relates to Smash. So a lot of people who are fans of that series and this character, a lot of people are kind of feeling like this has a lot to do with Smash. This person is a famous leaker for the Toho series, in Reimu, and for that specific series, they have leaked a lot of stuff, and they've been correct almost every time when it comes to that specific game series and character. And now this leaker is now saying a lot of the character's music is coming to Smash. Like a lot of the music, like over like 15 tracks or something like that. And this leaker is a pretty well-known leaker when it comes to this game franchise and etc. So Reimu could be coming to Smash. So it's a pretty credible leak, I guess you could say. So I don't really know much about this character or franchise, but I'm looking to get cultured a little bit. And right now this is actually a pretty big discussion on Smash boards regarding this character. So that's the simple version for that character. And when it comes to Crash and Ryu, this character is being talked about because of a very famous leaker of information, because this person has a direct source of Nintendo information. He goes by the name of Sabi on Twitter, and this person has leaked a lot of stuff. I've seen firsthand them leak multiple games for a Nintendo Direct before the Nintendo Direct was even out, and every single one of the games they leaked were correct. So I've seen firsthand that this leaker has like a lot of correct information, and apparently their inside person who does all the leaks has written books for Nintendo and stuff. So this person's legit. And this person told Sabi no Crash or Tracer, but a lot of people took that as saying not at all. I think they're saying specifically for the 5th DLC character slot, we're not gonna get Crash or Ryu Hayabusa. So they're not out of the question, and that's why those characters are being talked about a lot. And there's a third reason why Ryu Hayabusa is also being talked about. Some person that goes by the name of Miami Advantage has guessed 3 of the 4 DLC characters that we're getting in this Fighters Pass way back in April. He guessed Banjo, the Hero, and Terry Bogard, and then his last one is Ryu Hayabusa. So people are claiming this dude has some inside information. I don't think that's the case. I think this is just probably one of the luckiest guesses in the world, but it's got people freaking out a little bit. The tweet's got 5,000 likes and 1,000 retweets or something like that. So I don't think that really means anything, but I would just say look out for this guy, because who knows, maybe he does have some inside information, and these kind of conflict with each other in terms of Ryu Hayabusa. And now we have my boy Gino. Gino is my most wanted character in Smash, probably of all time. When they made him a Mii costume, something just broke inside of me in Smash 4 when that happened. It was really disheartening. But the Geno leaks are crazy because he's been talked about for months upon months when it comes to Smash leaks. So there isn't really much new information when it comes to Geno, but just know there has been a lot of things pointing towards him, like the Beware the Forest Mushroom song getting a new copyright or something like that. So Geno's just been in the talks for a long time. There's nothing new or crazy popping up with Geno, but it just seems like as time goes on, there's just more and more stuff that points towards Geno. So there isn't really too much to talk about Geno, but please let him be the 5th character. If not Geno, I'll take Sora. And finally, for the last character, we have Crash Bandicoot, and this character is, I don't know where these leaks come from, but a lot of people are saying it's an IGN source, but it's really hard to find this IGN source. And there's just it's so cloudy around this crash leak. It's like a huge disconnect of where it actually comes from. And I really am not sure about this leak. I'm only bringing it up because so many people are talking about it, but it's really hard to find exactly where this comes from. People have been saying crash for a long time, but if I'm being honest, I don't really see it happening, at least for the 5th DLC character. And if it does, then hey, I didn't say there was going to be a second Fighters Pass, and look what happened. There's going to be another Fighters Pass. So I could be wrong about anything, but I really don't feel like the crash leak is credible, because literally it's just kind of random and out of nowhere to me, and there's not an exact source, and it seems like people can't pinpoint an exact source either. So that's kind of why I'm not really too big on the crash leak. So yeah, and the crash thing relates to the whole DLC me costume list, which is something that, you know, it's kind of interesting to see a leak for DLC me costumes. It's not often that you really hear about those. But that's probably gonna be about it for the whole leak shenanigans. And how do I feel about this personally? I don't really think most of these characters are coming. I do think Gino's coming, only because I'm biased and I want him to come to the game. But I don't know. The Reimu and Geno thing seem the most likely. Ryu Hayabusa doesn't really seem all that likely, and the crash thing he could come to the game, but it's just, with this specific leak, it's a little cloudy of where exactly this is coming from. And Ryu wasn't directly alluded to him being in Smash. It was just kind of saying he's not going to be the 5th character. So it was kind of vague of like, okay, he's not the 5th character, but does that mean he's coming later? It's that type of thing, not really he's been leaked to come to the game. Similar thing with Crash as well in the Sabi situation. But I think that's going to conclude it for today's video. And if you guys thought any of this was interesting, let me know in the comments below. And what you think about all these different things happening. It's still kind of a little confusing. I try to explain it as best as I could, because it's kind of a mess in terms of all of these character leaks. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one.